So I had the hospital bed right here. Right, exactly here. And that's the chair that I sat on to keep my eye on him. When I wasn't sitting with him on the bed, I was sitting there. And that's where I was sitting, watching him his very last night here on Earth. But the bed was right here so that he could see out the window and see the trees and the birds. And there was always a squirrel that went up the tree, and he named it Mr. Squirrel. This guy was a Sotos Zen Buddhist, and he spoke fluent Scottish Gaelic. So there's some of his books. I want to do the card for the day that Yaz sent me. This was yesterday's card. One of my friends, that's a friend from my channel, but a real sweet girl, she sent me these cards. So let's see what today, we'll pick one for today. Okay. Work like you don't need the money, love like your heart has never been broken, and dance like no one is watching. Aurora Greenway. And the action is, embrace your authentic self and enjoy everything that you do today. Boy, if that's not me, I feel like, let me take this one off if I can. I feel like since Sky passed away and transitioned into whatever life he's in now, I feel like I keep the cards I've already done underneath. I feel like I've kind of lost myself, to be very honest. That's a good one. That's absolutely me. I have to get back to me someday. Someday. Look how pretty it is out today, you guys. Sky loved the spring. Spring and fall, his favorite times. But there's Mr. Squirrel. See him at there between the two cars on the sidewalk. I always take peanuts out for him. Here he comes. Sky would lay in his hospital bed and he would say, "Hey, poet, Mr. Squirrel's coming up the tree." There he is, right at the bottom of the tree. He'd say, "You need to go take peanuts out, please." He's gonna go up the tree. He's finding things. I had 2 decent-sized stacks of peanuts out on this step. Yeah, he found something. But how gorgeous. I purposely put the bed this way so that he had this view. And he asked for a clock. So I went to Walmart and I bought that clock. Oh, because he wanted to know what time it was in the mornings. He would ring a bell for me to, come out, just to let me know he was awake. This was the board I used every day to put the date and the day. Now I just put different things that I'm feeling. Alone is very lonely. And the date that he left me behind, February 27th. So I'm a newbie at this. I kind of call myself a kindergartner as being a widow, the one that's left behind. There's Sky's ashes in the big box. The little box, the brown one, is Moonshadow. That's our cat. And there's Sky's mallow beads and his sash for when he took Jakai. And that's my baby, right there. And the altar I set up when we first moved in. I'm part Buddhist, part Stoic, part God. So he could see this corner too, from the bed, and that was important to me. So he would lay in the bed and he would look over at the moon and the tree, and he would look out the window and he would look at the altar. So I emptied my water cup this morning. So I need to get more water. And yeah, Betty, absolutely, I can do a tea station. That's such a good idea. There's my Yaz cup. Yaz sent me this cup. I love this. And the little fish that's hanging in my room in the closet. Is the thing that you could put loose tea in. Right now I'm drinking the decaf green tea. Everything is harder one-handed. I've noticed. Yeah, it's a must. And then I miss everything that I'm doing. I'm seeing me doing it, but you're not seeing me doing it. This is a lunch meat container. Got to get more spring water. I usually have 9 containers at a time. I have 3 empty ones out in the car. But yeah, I could set up a tea station. Betty, that's a great idea. What did I do with my cap? So, my morning routine is so different now that Sky's not with me. I used to get him washed up and clean his glasses, and that was from my soup yesterday. That's what I had. Gotta wash that. Do I have 2 tea bags? Oh, we don't want 2 tea bags. We'll save this one. 1 tea bag. A lot of times I end up pulling out 2 tea bags. But in the morning I would, see, 2. I would get his glasses cleaned and get his face washed. This one's empty. And I would change his Depends, make sure he was real clean and dry and all that. Get him what he called his doggy bowl. I'll explain that in a minute. Here's what I have left of this medical supplies. I have the rollator and his walker and his wheelchair. Lots of masks. And all of his hoodies. This one he wore all the time. It's so thin. And this was a heavier one I bought him. He didn't really much like this one because he said it was too heavy. But this one and this one was what he wore a lot. And then the draw sheet, the vinyl draw sheet that I used to help him sit up and then help him to stand. And I would use it to turn him too. Here's the spring altar I set up on the first day of spring. And every couple days I change the flowers in the water. Let's see if we need a drink here. Not yet. Yeah, I did that for him because I know that he would want that. So let's go get my tea. To check my plants today. See if I need to water them. Everything is different now. Everything is different now. I walk through here, I put the TV here so I could sit there, and every once in a while I'll put TV on, maybe once a week for half an hour. But it's so hard because he was right here, and this is where he passed, in the hospital bed. And so it's really hard for me to even be out in this room a lot of the time. Yeah.